The next morning, Daniel woke early. He quickly prepared himself and made his way to the command center, hoping to arrive before anyone else. As he stepped inside, he found Lyra already there, studying the large screen filled with maps and symbols. She turned slightly to glance at him, then went back to her work without a word. Daniel quietly moved to his station, starting his tasks. The silence between them was heavy, making him uncomfortable. But he kept his focus, determined to show her his worth. Soon other crew members arrived, and the room became busy and noisy. Daniel lost himself in the flow of his duties. Hours later, alarms suddenly echoed through the ship. Red lights flashed, and crew members rushed around urgently. Lyra's voice was clear and calm as she gave orders. Enemy ambush. Prepare for battle immediately. Daniel's heart raced. This was his first real battle on an alien ship. He quickly moved to the communication console, ensuring the channels were clear. On the screen, enemy ships appeared rapidly, firing powerful weapons. Explosions rocked their ship, making Daniel stumble. Report! Lyra commanded sharply. Damage to shields, Commander, Kara replied quickly. We need immediate defense. Lyra moved swiftly, giving precise orders. Daniel admired her calmness under pressure. But suddenly, an explosion nearby shook the ship violently, throwing Daniel off his feet. Smoke filled the room and sparks flew from damaged equipment. Daniel pushed himself up, coughing. His eyes searched the smoky room and spotted Lyra, pinned beneath fallen debris. Without hesitation, he rushed over, pulling at the heavy metal. His muscles strained, but finally, he lifted it enough for her to free herself. You're injured, Daniel said, noticing the deep cut on her arm. I'm fine, Lyra replied stubbornly, ignoring the pain. She returned quickly to giving orders, stabilizing the ship. Once the immediate danger was over, Daniel approached Lyra cautiously. You should have that treated, Commander, he said softly. She looked at him closely for a moment, then nodded. Very well. Her voice was quieter, almost gentle. Daniel guided Lyra to the medical bay, his mind full of questions. She was silent as the medics treated her wound, but Daniel noticed her watching him from the corner of her eyes. After treatment, they walked back quietly. Just before parting ways, Lyra paused, looking directly at Daniel. Thank you, Officer Carter, she said simply. Surprised, Daniel nodded slowly. Of course, Commander. Over the next days, Daniel sensed a slight change in Lyra. She still rarely spoke, but her silence felt less cold. He wondered if his actions had finally earned her respect. Yet she remained distant, often watching him closely without speaking. Evening, Daniel joined the crew for another training session. This time, Kara invited him enthusiastically, smiling warmly. He accepted gladly, hoping it might help him understand the aliens better. During practice, Daniel excelled again. This time, Lyra watched openly, her face thoughtful. When the session ended, she briefly approached him. You're improving quickly, she said. Her voice was calm, but held a faint hint of approval. Daniel felt pride at her acknowledgement. Thank you, Commander. I have good teachers. Lyra almost smiled, nodding. Once before leaving swiftly, Daniel watched her go, confused yet hopeful. It seemed he was slowly earning her trust. That night, he lay awake thinking of Lyra. Her mysterious behavior made him curious and frustrated at once. He was determined to understand her, even if it took time. Days turned into weeks, and Daniel's skills grew. He became more comfortable among the aliens, learning their ways and language. His relationship with Lyra remained uncertain, but he sensed her growing respect. Then, one evening, Daniel found himself alone in the ship's observation deck, looking out at the endless stars. The peaceful view calmed him, and he relaxed slightly. A noise behind him made him turn quickly. Lyra stood silently, watching him. Commander, Daniel said in surprise. Did you need something? She walked slowly forward, standing beside him and looking out at the stars. You confuse me, Officer Carter. she said softly. Daniel felt his heart beat faster. How? You are different from any human I have known, she explained. Quietly, you are brave, respectful, yet gentle. It is not something I expected. Daniel smiled slightly, relieved. I only want to serve well and help our peoples work together. Lyra nodded slowly, still staring at the stars. I see that clearly now. They stood quietly for a long moment, the silence no longer uncomfortable. Daniel felt hopeful for her. The first time since coming aboard. Finally, Lyra turned to leave. She paused briefly, meeting Daniel's eyes. Good night, Officer Carter. Good night, Commander, Daniel replied softly, watching her disappear into the corridor. That night, Daniel slept peacefully, his heart lighter than ever, certain that something important was changing between them. Alex and Zara walked confidently through the crowded streets of Vega Prime, the excitement of the festival still around them. Yet now their focus was clear. They had a mission to share the truth. Master Kao had given them clear directions, guiding them to a respected council member named Elder Maris. When they arrived at Elder Maris's residence, they were welcomed warmly. Elder Maris was an older Altarian woman known for her fairness and wisdom. Zara quickly explained their discoveries, showing her the data from the small device. Elder Maris examined the information carefully, her expression serious. This truth could change everything, she said quietly. We must present it carefully. Many may resist change. We are ready, Zara replied firmly. People deserve the truth. Elder Maris nodded thoughtfully. Tonight, there is a gathering of influential leaders. I will arrange for you to speak there. Alex felt a mix of excitement and nerves. This opportunity could unite their peoples again. He glanced at Zara, seeing her calm determination. It encouraged him, easing his fears. That evening, the gathering took place in a large hall filled with important leaders from different worlds. Elder Maris introduced Zara and Alex to the crowd. As Zara stepped forward, the room fell silent. Honored leaders, Zara began strongly. We come with proof of a forgotten alliance between humans and Altarians. Long ago, our peoples fought side by side. Murmurs filled the hall. Alex stepped up beside Zara, providing support as she explained their discovery clearly and passionately. We were stronger together, Alex said earnestly. We can be strong again. Many leaders nodded in agreement, moved by the truth and their sincerity. However, others appeared uneasy or doubtful, whispering to each other quietly. A prominent leader, named Counselor Torin, stepped forward, looking skeptical. Why should we trust this sudden discovery? What proof do you truly offer? Zara calmly activated the small device, projecting the ancient records and images for everyone to see. The evidence was clear and powerful, leaving many speechless. This cannot be ignored, Elder Maris stated firmly. Our worlds need unity, now more than ever. Counselor Torin hesitated, clearly conflicted. If we embrace this, we risk angering those who have benefited from division. Unity is worth the risk, Alex said strongly. Together, we can face any threat. His words resonated with many in the room, igniting discussions and debates. After much deliberation, the council agreed to carefully study the evidence further, promising a final decision soon. Alex and Zara felt relieved, yet understood the challenges ahead. They knew not everyone would welcome change easily. As they left the hall, Elder Maris approached them warmly. You have done well. Regardless of their final decision, you have started something powerful. Thank you, Elder Maris, Zara said gratefully. We couldn't have done this without your support. Maris smiled kindly. Rest now. Tomorrow, we continue the fight for truth and unity. Alex and Zara walked quietly back to their temporary home, feeling exhausted but hopeful. Zara glanced at Alex, her eyes reflecting admiration and gratitude. You spoke well tonight, she said gently. You truly believe in this? Alex nodded sincerely. I do, and I believe in you. Zara smiled softly, feeling warmth in her heart. Together, They were unstoppable. The next morning brought surprising news. The Council had announced its support for further exploration of unity between humans and Altarians. Joy filled Alex and Zara as they realized their mission was succeeding. Master Kale welcomed them back warmly, his eyes shining with pride. "You have done something extraordinary," he praised them. Yet celebrations were brief. Kale warned them quietly, "Danger is still close. Those who oppose unity will act soon." Alex felt determined. "We are ready." "Together," Zara added firmly, standing strong beside Alex. Kale nodded proudly. "Then prepare yourselves. The real challenge is just beginning." Alex and Zara knew Kale was right. Powerful opponents still threatened their cause. But now, strengthened by success and unity, they were prepared to face whatever dangers lay ahead. Alex and Zara left Master Kale's home, stepping back into the busy streets of Vega Prime. The festival was still in full swing, with music, laughter, and excitement everywhere. But now, their minds were focused on their important mission. They walked quickly toward the central plaza, where leaders from various worlds gathered for special events. Zara held tightly to the small device that contained the truth. Alex walked beside her, alert and ready for trouble. As they approached the plaza, they saw crowds of people watching a huge screen showing famous festival duels. Alex felt strange, seeing his own image displayed, reminding him how different life had become in just a short time. They spotted several important figures sitting in a reserved section, talking and watching the events. Zara recognized a respected leader from Altarian named Elder Joran. She knew he was kind, fair, and influential among their people. "We must speak with Elder Joran," Zara whispered urgently to Alex. "He can help us share the truth." Alex nodded in agreement. "Lead the way." They made their way carefully through the crowd. Zara approached Elder Joran respectfully, bowing slightly. "Elder Joran," Zara began, her voice steady but earnest, "I have important news. May we speak privately?" Elder Joran looked curious but nodded kindly. "Of course, Zara. Come this way." He led them away from the busy plaza to a quieter area nearby. Once they were alone, Zara quickly explained their discovery and showed him the ancient records. Joran studied the information closely, his expression serious. "This changes everything," he murmured quietly. "Can you help us share this?" Zara asked hopefully. "I will," Joran replied firmly. "But many will resist this truth. We must act carefully." As they discussed their plans, Alex noticed several suspicious-looking individuals nearby, watching them closely. He felt uneasy, sensing danger. "We're being watched," Alex warned quietly. Joran glanced subtly around, seeing the danger too. "Come, we must leave quickly." They moved swiftly through the crowds, but the suspicious figures followed closely. Alex's pulse quickened, aware of the danger to Zara and Elder Joran. He felt responsible for protecting them. "We must lose them," Alex said urgently, guiding them through side streets. They turned into a narrow alley, hoping to escape their pursuers. But suddenly, several masked attackers blocked their path. Their eyes were cold and determined, clearly intent on stopping Alex and Zara. "Hand over the device," one demanded harshly. Zara stepped forward bravely. "We won't give up the truth." Without another word, the attackers charged forward. Alex fought fiercely, using his skills to defend Zara and Joran. Zara moved with incredible speed and strength, her sword flashing brightly in the narrow space. The fight was fierce, their attackers skilled and relentless. But Alex and Zara stood strong together, defending each other with determination. Elder Joran also fought bravely, surprising Alex with his strength. Finally, they managed to overcome their attackers, who retreated quickly, disappearing into the crowds. Breathing heavily, Zara looked at Alex with admiration. "You fought well," she said warmly. "So did you," Alex replied, smiling gratefully. Elder Joran stood straight, his eyes full of respect. "Together, you two are unstoppable." They hurried away. From the alley, moving carefully toward a safe location Jorn knew nearby. Once inside, Jorn spoke seriously. "This confirms the importance of our task," he said firmly. "They fear the truth. We must continue quickly." Alex nodded, feeling more determined than ever. "Where do we go next?" "We must speak directly to the Council tonight," Jorn said decisively. They cannot ignore this. Alex and Zara agreed wholeheartedly. As evening fell, they prepared themselves mentally for the crucial meeting ahead. Jorn helped them gather their thoughts, offering wisdom and encouragement. As darkness covered the city, they made their way to the great hall where the council members gathered for important discussions. Guards watched them suspiciously, but Elder Jorn's presence ensured their safe entry. Inside, the hall was filled with respected leaders from many worlds. The atmosphere felt heavy with importance. Jorn stepped forward, raising his voice clearly. "Honored council members, I bring urgent news that affects us all," he declared firmly. Zara stepped beside him confidently, holding up the device. "This contains proof that humans and Altarians were once allies, united against a common enemy." Murmurs filled the hall as council members exchanged shocked glances. Alex stood proudly beside Zara, ready to support her words. Zara continued strongly, explaining the history they uncovered. Her voice was passionate, convincing many in the hall of the truth she shared. Alex added his own experiences, speaking earnestly about the significance of unity and trust. The council members listened carefully, many nodding thoughtfully, but some looked worried or angry, clearly unhappy with this revelation. Debate erupted quickly, some arguing passionately for unity, others fearful of change. Elder Jorn raised his hands calmly, quieting the hall. "Change can be difficult," he admitted wisely, "but we must face the truth. Together, we become stronger." Alex watched the leaders carefully, hoping they understood the importance of Jorn's words. Zara stood beside him, calm yet determined, inspiring him with her strength. After long discussions, the council agreed to study the records carefully and announce their decision soon. Though not a complete victory yet, Alex and Zara felt hopeful knowing they had started something powerful. Leaving the hall late at night, Zara looked at Alex warmly. "Thank you, Alex. I could never have done this alone." Alex smiled warmly in return. "Neither could the first together. We truly are stronger." Under the stars, Alex and Zara knew their journey had only begun. But now, with allies growing and the truth spreading, they felt ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Inside the abandoned outpost, Alex and Zara moved cautiously through dim hallways covered in layers of dust. Their footsteps echoed softly, breaking the heavy silence. Zara held a small light that cast eerie shadows on the walls. Alex gripped his weapon firmly, alert for any threats. The building felt forgotten, with broken equipment scattered everywhere. Old computers and monitors lay unused, their screens cracked or covered in grime. Zara guided Alex deeper, following faded signs pointing to what had once been a control room. Finally, they entered a large room filled with broken screens and desks. Zara approached one of the central consoles, brushing away the dust carefully. She pressed a few buttons, hoping something might still work. A faint hum sounded as the console slowly came to life, lighting the room in pale blue. Alex moved closer, amazed. "Do you think it has information?" Zara nodded, her eyes focused. "If we can access the old records, maybe we'll learn the truth." She carefully tapped more keys, reading the ancient language displayed on the screen. Alex watched quietly, fascinated by her determination. After several tense moments, Zara's face lit up. "Here it is," she whispered excitedly. "Ancient archives." Data filled the screen rapidly, showing images and text about long-forgotten battles and alliances. Zara quickly began to read, translating for Alex. "It says humans and Altarians fought together against the Vectors," she explained. "They were powerful enemies who tried to conquer many worlds." Alex stared at the screen, fascinated by images of humans and Altarians side by side. He felt pride and wonder, knowing his ancestors had bravely stood together with Zara's people. Why was this hidden? Alex asked softly, feeling troubled again. Fear and greed, Zara answered sadly. After the war ended, some leaders feared the strength of our alliance. They spread lies and destroyed evidence. Alex shook his head, anger building inside him. We must show this to everyone. Before Zara could respond, a sudden noise echoed from the hallway outside. Alex instantly raised his weapon, stepping protectively in front of Zara. Footsteps approached slowly, careful and deliberate. Stay behind me, Alex whispered. Zara shook her head firmly. We faced this together, remember? Alex nodded reluctantly. They stood side by side, facing the doorway as several figures entered the room. Their faces were hidden by masks, their movements swift and precise. Without warning, they attacked. The room filled quickly with sounds of struggle. Zara fought fiercely, her blade moving swiftly. Alex defended himself skillfully, driven by his determination to protect Zara and the truth they discovered. Together, they managed to fend off the attackers, forcing them to retreat. Breathing heavily, Zara checked herself for injuries. Are you all right, Alex? Alex nodded, catching his breath. Yes. Are you hurt? Only slightly, Zara replied, smiling bravely. We must move quickly. They'll return. Zara quickly gathered the data onto a small device. We have proof now. We must get this information to those who will listen. Alex agreed strongly. Who can we trust? My mentor, Zara said thoughtfully. He's wise and respected. He can help. They hurried from the outpost, moving quickly through the darkness. The journey was tense and quiet, both watching carefully for danger. Finally, they reached the city again. Slipping through quiet streets unnoticed, Zara led Alex to an older building, small but welcoming. Inside, a gentle-looking Altarian man waited patiently. He stood slowly as they entered, his eyes warm with kindness. Zara, he said gently, embracing her warmly. What brings you here so urgently? We have found the truth, Zara explained quickly, holding out the small device. Master Kale, humans and Altarians were allies long ago. Someone has hidden this. From us. Master Kale's eyes widened slightly. He took the device, examining it carefully. As he watched the records, his face showed surprise and sadness. This is incredible, Kale murmured quietly. I suspected something was hidden, but never imagined this. Alex stepped forward respectfully. We were attacked trying to find this information. Kale nodded slowly. Those who benefit from division will not easily let the truth emerge. We must be careful. But we must act, Zara insisted firmly. Everyone deserves to know our shared history. Kale smiled softly at her determination. I agree, Zara, but we must gather support first. For the next few hours, Alex and Zara explained everything they discovered. Master Kale listened carefully, asking thoughtful questions. Together, they planned how to safely share the truth. We will start small, Kale suggested wisely. A few trusted leaders first. Slowly, the truth will spread. Alex nodded in agreement. The festival brings leaders from many worlds. It's our chance. Zara looked at Alex with admiration. You speak wisely. Perhaps destiny truly chose you. Alex smiled shyly. I don't know about destiny, but I know we must do what's right. Kale watched them quietly, sensing their growing bond. He knew unity came not only through truths discovered, but also through trust and friendship forged in challenges. Rest now, Kale said gently. Tomorrow we begin our task. Alex and Zara accepted gratefully. Kale provided rooms for them, quiet places where they could rest safely. Alex lay awake briefly, thinking about everything they had learned. He felt connected to Zara in ways he never imagined, bound by shared purpose. Zara too lay awake, thoughts racing. She had started the day believing Alex was merely another opponent. Now, she saw him as an ally, partner, and perhaps something even deeper. Her heart felt hope and warmth as she closed her eyes. The next morning, they awoke refreshed. And ready? Kale awaited them with breakfast, his expression calm and reassuring. "Are you ready?" he asked kindly. "Always," Zara replied firmly, her voice confident again. Alex nodded, standing tall. "Together, we will reveal the truth." Together, they stepped into the sunlight, prepared to change history. Behind them, Master Kale smiled proudly, knowing the strength they shared was exactly what their worlds needed. Alex and Zara walked quietly through the crowded streets, away from the arena. All around them, the festival continued, unaware of the strange turn of events. Zara led Alex to a quieter part of the city, her expression serious and thoughtful. Alex felt unsure but followed without question. Eventually, they arrived at a small building hidden among taller structures. Zara unlocked the door, and they stepped inside. The room was simple, filled with old books and holographic maps. Zara motioned for Alex to sit, then began pacing nervously. Alex watched her carefully. "Why did my tattoo shock you so much?" Zara paused, turning to face him. "That symbol is ancient. It represents the unity of your people and mine. Long ago, humans and Altarians fought together against a terrible enemy." Alex leaned forward, surprised. "I've never heard of this." "Exactly," Zara said bitterly. "The truth has been hidden, even from my people. But seeing your tattoo proves the legend's true." She opened an old, dusty book, gently placing it before Alex. On its pages were drawings similar to his tattoo. Next to them were images of humans and Altarians standing side by side, fighting enemies together. "This alliance was forgotten on purpose," Zara explained quietly. "Powerful groups wanted our races divided." Alex frowned. "But why?" "Unity would make us stronger. Strength isn't always wanted by leaders," Zara said sadly. "Sometimes fear and division make people easier to control." They sat silently for a moment. Alex felt troubled. His whole life, he had known nothing of this hidden history. He wondered why someone had chosen to give him this tattoo, linking him to such an important secret. "How did you get your tattoo?" Zara asked gently, interrupting his thoughts. Alex hesitated, trying to recall the vague memories. "I was young, living on a distant colony. A visitor came to our village, an old man. He told stories, fascinating tales about heroes and honor. One night, he marked me with this symbol, saying it would guide me to greatness." Zara's eyes widened. "That old man must have known our shared past. He chose you for a reason." Alex felt overwhelmed. "What do we do now? We find more answers," Zara said firmly. "We must uncover the entire truth." Determined, they spent hours studying Zara's ancient books and holographic maps. Together, they pieced together fragments of forgotten history. They discovered mentions of battles, alliances, and victories, all erased from official records. As they worked, Alex noticed Zara was different away from the arena. She was still strong and confident, but she also seemed thoughtful, kind, and deeply caring. He found himself admiring her more with each passing moment. "Why did you challenge me today?" Alex finally asked, breaking a long silence. Zara smiled. Faintly, "You had earned fame quickly. I wanted to test if you deserved it. And now?" Alex asked softly. "Now," Zara replied warmly, "I see you deserve far more than fame. You carry the hope of unity." Alex felt his cheeks warm slightly. "I never imagined this." "Neither did I," Zara admitted softly. "But destiny has brought us together." Their moment of connection was suddenly interrupted by loud knocking at the door. Zara quickly stood, her eyes narrowing cautiously. "Stay here," she instructed Alex. She opened the door slightly, speaking quietly to whoever was outside. Alex strained to listen, but heard only low, urgent whispers. Moments later, Zara closed the door and turned to Alex, looking deeply worried. "We are in danger," she warned him gravely. "Those who want the truth hidden know we're looking for it." Alex felt fear grip him briefly, but determination quickly overcame it. "Then we must act faster." "Agreed," Zara said, her voice strong again. I have an idea. There's an abandoned outpost where records might still exist. We must reach it quickly. Without hesitation, they gathered supplies, preparing for the journey ahead. Zara handed Alex a small weapon, its handle comfortable in his grip. You may need this. He accepted it, nodding gratefully. They left the building carefully, slipping unnoticed into the night. The bustling festival now felt distant, like a different world entirely. Their mission had become far more important than a simple duel or festival fame. As they traveled, Zara told Alex more about her world Altarian. She spoke of its beauty, its traditions, and the honor her people valued deeply. Alex listened eagerly, fascinated by her stories. One day, Zara said quietly, perhaps you will see my home. I would like that, Alex said sincerely. Very much. Zara smiled softly, her eyes shining with quiet happiness. They moved forward, knowing each step brought them closer to uncovering truths hidden for generations. Hours passed as they journeyed through the outskirts of Vega Prime. Eventually, the lights of the city faded completely, leaving them beneath a vast sky filled with stars. It was peaceful here, away from crowds and noise. For the first time since their strange encounter, both felt hopeful. Finally, they saw the outline of an abandoned structure ahead. Zara stopped, turning to Alex. We must be cautious. Others may have reached here first. Alex nodded firmly, gripping the weapon tightly. I'm ready. Together, they approached the outpost slowly, senses alert for any danger. Every shadow seemed threatening, every sound suspicious. Yet they moved steadily forward, driven by their shared purpose. As they reached the entrance, Zara took Alex's hand briefly. Whatever happens, we face it together. Alex squeezed her hand gently, confidence filling him. Together, he repeated. Firmly. With renewed determination, they stepped inside, prepared for whatever awaited them in the darkness. Alex Bennett stood quietly in the crowded streets of Vega Prime. It was the busiest time of the year, the annual Galactic Festival. Beings from countless planets gathered here, filling the city with colors, sounds, and strange yet delightful smells. Everywhere he looked, Alex saw faces he did not recognize, heard languages he did not understand, and felt excitement humming in the air. Alex wasn't an ordinary festival goer. He was a professional fighter, known to many as a champion of duels. These duels were a big part of the festival, attracting audiences from all over the galaxy. This year, Alex had already won several matches, making him quite popular. As he walked through the lively streets, children of various alien races pointed excitedly at him. Young fans shouted his name, hoping for a wave or a smile. Alex responded kindly, waving back and smiling warmly. Even though he was famous now, he still remembered being just another kid watching from the stands. A sudden beep from his wristband broke through the noise. Alex looked down and saw an urgent message. You have a challenge. Arena 7. Challenger. Zara. His heart skipped a beat. Zara was not just any fighter. She was legendary. Everyone knew Zara, the undefeated warrior from the distant world of Alter Ion. Alex had heard countless stories of Zara's skill. Some said she could defeat an army single-handedly. Others claimed she had mystical powers. Alex didn't believe in magic, but he respected her ability. He quickly made his way to Arena 7, excitement and nerves battling inside him. The arena was huge, with bright lights and loud cheers from the crowd. Thousands had gathered, eager to witness this unexpected duel. Alex stepped into the fighting ring, scanning the stands filled with excited faces. Then he saw her Zara standing calmly on the other side. She was tall, with powerful muscles and sharp eyes that seemed to see everything. Her silver-blue skin shimmered under the lights. Zara watched Alex carefully, her face serious and determined. They bowed respectfully to each other, as tradition required. Are you ready, human? Zara asked. Her voice was strong, filled with confidence. Alex nodded. Always. They took their positions, each drawing their weapons. Zara wielded a curved, gleaming sword that looked ancient yet deadly. Alex held his trusted sword, its blade sharp and ready. The crowd grew silent, holding their breath as the match was about to begin. "Begin!" shouted the referee. Zara moved swiftly, faster than Alex expected. She attacked immediately, her sword slicing through the air. Alex barely dodged the first strike, rolling to the side and quickly getting back on his feet. Zara didn't slow down, pressing the attack with incredible strength and speed. Alex blocked her strikes, feeling the powerful blows vibrate through his arms. He knew he needed to be smarter, not stronger. He watched Zara's movements carefully, waiting for an opening. Finally, Zara swung a bit too wide, leaving herself open for just a moment. Alex seized the chance, quickly stepping in and aiming at her shoulder. But Zara was too fast, twisting her body away just in time. Alex's blade missed, slicing through the air harmlessly. The crowd erupted with cheers and gasps, loving every thrilling moment. Both fighters paused briefly, circling each other carefully, eyes locked. Zara's expression changed slightly, a hint of respect appearing on her face. "You are better than I expected," she admitted quietly. "You're even stronger than the stories say," Alex replied. Breathing heavily, they charged at each other again, their blades clashing fiercely. Sparks flew with each strike, lighting up their focused faces. Each move was carefully calculated, each step deliberate and precise. Neither wanted to lose, but then, as Zara raised her sword high for a powerful strike, her eyes suddenly widened. In shock, she froze completely, her weapon dropping to her side. Alex, startled, halted his own attack immediately. Confused murmurs rippled through the crowd, everyone trying to understand what happened. "What is it?" Alex asked, breathing hard. He followed Zara's gaze and realized she was staring at his shoulder. His sleeveless shirt had shifted, revealing the tattoo he had almost forgotten about. It was an unusual design, something he'd gotten years ago without fully understanding its meaning. "That tattoo," Zara whispered, her voice barely audible. She seemed completely stunned, unable to move or look away. Alex glanced at his shoulder, puzzled. "What about it?" Zara stepped closer, slowly and carefully. "Where did you get that?" She asked, her voice urgent and full of emotion. "It was given to me when I was young," Alex said slowly, confused by her reaction. "They told me it represented honor and strength." Zara's eyes filled with wonder and disbelief. "That symbol is sacred to my people. It represents a lost bond between our races, one we believed was gone forever." Alex felt his own shock now, a chill running down his spine. The crowd remained quiet, sensing that something important was happening, even if they didn't fully understand. "We must talk," Zara said firmly. "There are many questions we must answer." Alex nodded, lowering his sword completely. The duel was forgotten. Now both fighters stood stunned, facing a mystery neither had expected. They had come to fight, but instead found a forgotten history, connecting them in ways they couldn't yet imagine. Together, Alex and Zara turned to leave the arena, determined to uncover the truth hidden by the past. Behind them, the crowd watched silently, sensing the beginning of something new and extraordinary.